Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Tim Stenivek, along with Isabel Lee, Bloomberg News cross-asset reporter. We're joined by another cross-asset reporter, Bloomberg News' Denitsa Sakova. Denitsa's here with Stock Movers. Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. What do you have your eye on?
Let's start with Johnson & Johnson. Ticker is J&J. That's obviously one of the first healthcare companies reporting this season. And quarterly sales expectations beat, raised its full year outlook. And the stock jumped more than 6% today. This was its best day since March 2020. This is showing confidence in the pharmaceutical industry. We've been talking about Trump today, but that's one industry that has been in the middle of tariffs, crackdowns on drug pricing. Just as recently as last week, Trump announced that he may impose tariffs as high as 200% on drug companies. Obviously, as we saw today, a lot of those things are moving very fast, and we're yet to see what's happening. But also the White House has threatened to impose a policy that would force drug company to charge the U.S. government the lowest prices they offer to other wealthy countries. So there are a lot of changes, but clearly what we're seeing from the earnings reports is that investors are shrugging this off. They are very optimistic about the report. J&J is up 14% year to date. Strong second quarter, just really strong earnings report overall, and a good start of the earnings seasons for those companies.
What about Morgan Stanley? Stock traders scored their best second quarter on record. What about that?
That was really fascinating, right? A really strong earnings report. The stock was down. It fell as much as 4.5%, close 1.5% lower. Ticker is MS. Of course, the good news was stock traders scoring their best ever second quarter. This is something we saw for trading revenue across big banks. Obviously, we continue to see big volatility, and that benefits trading. But one reason we're seeing this drop today is the investment banking revenue. It actually beat estimates, but it fell 5% to 1.5 billion. We saw some increase in equity underwriting, but that's definitely putting some pressure. Some people are also saying that bank valuations are getting pretty expensive. That's what we're hearing at Wolf. One reason that potentially we're seeing some pressure on Morgan Stanley. Today, the shares had rallied more than 40% since the April low. So clearly some big rise there. And that's really this earnings season. Banks are not seeing so many big gains, at least today. We're not seeing that crazy euphoric reaction.
That's a great point, because some people have been brought up that banks have been viewed in the past as utility, but now maybe they're more growthy and investors are just expecting more and more and more. So maybe that's why stocks haven't really moved, even if earnings have been great. Okay, what's next? I know your next stock is something I'm not too familiar with.
You probably are. It's actually United Natural Foods, which distributes to Whole Foods. So it's a lot of those healthy brands you can think of. It jumped 12%. This was the biggest intraday jump since March. The food distributor providing investors with much anticipated new guidance view. It was much better than feared, but it was very interesting because last time they used to have a cyber attack, and outlook was put. The distributor to Whole Foods and other healthy grocery chains said that it now expects revenue of $31.6 billion for the full fiscal year. That's significantly higher than what they previously expected. The adjustment reflects a strong performance for the first three fiscal quarters. The cyber attack overshadowed their third quarter results. It actually tumbled 9% on that day when the food distributor declined to update its full year outlook. But now we're seeing a lot of optimism, including a CFRA analyst, which upgraded the stock to buy from hold. Stock is still down year to date, but massive boost today.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.